Welcome to a new part of the top 10 crazy weapons. Enjoy watching. A giant revolver. And this record holder, the world's largest working revolver to date, is indeed in the Guinness Book of World Records. The weapon is an exact enlarged replica of the 1858 Remington New Model Army revolver, and its features are capable of striking any imagination. The revolver weighs 45 kilograms, and the length of the gun from the barrel to the striker is 130 centimeters. It fires 28 mm bullets, each of which weighs 136 G. The range of aiming is about 50 em, but the recoil is not so critical, thanks to the weight of the gun. However, despite the outstanding dimensions of the revolver, there is practically no use for it. That's why it remains only to be shown at exhibitions and festivals as an example of how sometimes the size of a weapon can depend on the ambitions of its creator. Microwave emitter of directed energy, a device of ultra-high frequency radiation capable of causing severe pain shock and an irresistible desire to leave the affected area as quickly as possible. A microwave generator can emit electromagnetic waves of a certain frequency for several tens of kilometers, capable of throwing a small town into panic. In the USSR, such a device was called radio hypnosis. In the US, a similar effect could be produced by a HARP station, affecting the psycho-emotional state of the population over a wide area. Urumi. Urumi is a belt sword with one or more blades made of flexible steel strips attached to a simple wooden hilt. The weapon is ideal for concealed carry. Due to the flexibility of the blades, which can be up to 1.5 meters long, the urumi can be wrapped around the body like an ordinary belt. In addition, the urumi can be used not only as a sword, but also as an ordinary whip. Although the urumi is only able to pierce the lightest of armor, the unusual technique and ability to bend behind exposed defenses makes the weapon very dangerous. The technique of wielding the weapon is quite complex. To master it, the future master will need more than 1 year of hard training. But after that, the master of such weapons, with the help of urumi with equal success, can easily shave a man or give him a fatal blow to the most vulnerable parts of the body. Jackhammer shotgun. The Jackhammer is a 12-gauge automatic revolver shotgun developed by Pancor Corporation from 1972 to the 1990s. One shotgun requires 4 kilograms of high-grade steel and durable plastic to make. The design of the weapon is based on bullpup design. Removable drum-shaped cassette is located behind the grip and can hold 12 rounds. Unlike other shotguns, Jackhammer uses much more powerful jack-shot ammunition. With a rate of fire of 240 rounds per minute, the shotgun can empty its drum in 2 seconds, which is then simply ejected or sent to a specialized center for reloading. In addition, a fully loaded drum can be used as an anti-personnel mine if equipped with a special detonator. However, despite all its advantages, the Jackhammer failed to attract the interest of potential customers, police and military, and its production was limited to only a few copies. Jocelyn chain revolver. In 1866, inventor Henry Jocelyn, in an attempt to increase the revolver's ammunition capacity, abandoned such an essential part of the revolver as the drum. The enterprising American replaced it with a multi-link chain, which could hold 20 stiletto cartridges. It was not quite convenient to use such a weapon, but it was created primarily for the defense of stagecoaches, which were often attacked in the 19th century. And in this case, the size of the weapon was no longer decisive. PB, silenced pistol. In 1967, the PB, silent pistol, was introduced into service. It was specially designed for Army reconnaissance units and operatives of the USSR State Security Committee. Despite some resemblance to the PM pistol, the PB pistol is actually an independent system. The pistol is equipped with a detachable silencer, which consists of 2 parts, which provides the possibility of convenient storage and carrying of the PB with a detachable nozzle, which is easily and quickly installed on the weapon. But in critical situations, the pistol can be used without the nozzle. Korobov's 3-barrel automatic rifle. Korobov's Prebor 3B 3-barrel assault rifle appeared in 1962 as a result of the search for solutions to improve the effectiveness of individual infantrymen's small arms. The rifle realized the concept of firing several bullets at once, and as a result, hitting the target with higher probability. This achieved the so-called shotgun effect, in which the dispersion of bullets compensated for possible aiming errors. The weapon was operated by recoil-operated barrels, which were connected in a single block and locked by a single wedge bolt. The weapon had one magazine, consisting of 3 sections, each of which could hold 15 or 20 rounds of 7.62 mm caliber. Rate of fire was up to 1,800 rounds a min. Tests showed that the accuracy of the Model 3B from unstable positions was much better than that of conventional assault rifles. Later, a more advanced model TKB-059 was developed. However, the 3-barreled rifle was never produced due to design flaws and lack of single-shot capability. Nuclear satchel. Nuclear satchel is not a mysterious nuclear suitcase with a mysterious nuclear button, but quite real and functional special nuclear fuse, which is a nuclear device or charge which was installed on the way of possible advance of enemy troops for their destruction, as well as the destruction of various objects, the creation of vast zones of explosive barriers, and radioactive contamination of the area. Compact size and relatively light weight, allowed to carry a light nuclear fuse by one person in an ordinary satchel, and the explosion power could be about 1 kiloton in TNT equivalent. At the height of the Cold War, such nuclear fuses were in service on both sides of the front. African throwing knife. At first glance, it is very difficult to guess that an object of such a bizarre shape is a combat weapon. But it is, in fact, an African throwing knife. To give even some general characteristic of this weapon is quite difficult, because there were quite a large number of its varieties, which had different names, sizes, shapes, and number of blades. For example, in Sudan it is called hunga munga, and in the descendants of the Nubians, the knife is called kapinga, and in addition, both have different shapes. According to one version, the prototype for the creation of such a common weapon of unusual shape served as in ancient Egyptian throwing clubs, and according to another version, the appearance of weapons provoked examples in the form of animals with horns, fangs, and claws. Usually, the knife was thrown vertically at the enemy's head, or horizontally, clipping the legs of horses and warriors. In addition, the size of throwing knives, some samples of which could reach a length of 75 centimeters with a blade length of 30 to 45 centimeters, and allowed to use them in close combat. In general, the knife was a rather dangerous weapon, because the combat elements on it were placed in such a way as to maximize the zone of defeat, leaving terrible wounds. It was not without reason that African warriors wore large shields that covered them from head to toe. 48-shot revolver. Perhaps this revolver, patented in 1855 by Englishman Joseph Enoy, is a record breaker among similar weapons by the number of shots in the ammunition, which is 48 pieces. To achieve this, the weapon had to have 8 drums instead of 1 drum, each with 6 chambers on the central axis. But if we take into account that the revolver was a primer revolver, and therefore all the chambers had to be loaded separately, powder, bullet, and primer, this process took a lot of time, so it is easy to guess why this revolver did not receive the expected recognition and widespread use. If you liked this video, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and press the bell so you don't miss new exciting videos. See you in the next video, where we will continue to reveal the secrets of the gun world. See you soon!